Cloud. Here we go. Why didn't one of you just say Jen reclaim the host? Like, come on. So yeah, right, Becca. She was the host. So joining and getting to know people in your area is really good because there's still tons of people that I've never heard of Thrive. And I'm not saying go in these groups and start pitching Thrive. That's not what you want to do. But go in these groups and make friends. And those friends will then look at your page and want to know more about what you're doing. So there's that element. And then there's also like getting out and getting in person. I feel like certain areas will have more opportunity to have networking events than oh, that's right, I was telling you about the app. Okay, I'll finish what I was saying and then I'll beat back it up. But some areas will have more opportunities for networking events than others, but then go to your next, like clearly where I live is just this little like there's I don't even think there's a red light in the town that my address is in. So like it's super small. But I live 30 minutes from Harrisburg, which is a very large area. So if you can't find networking groups in your area, then go to like the next largest area in your area. But I was talking about this app called Meetup. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's literally an app where you can then get into things where people get together in your area. And there's all kinds of topics. There's like book clubs, there's plant clubs, there's mental health people, like people that just get together and discuss, mental health. And so that's an app that I've had on my phone for years. I literally just decided to get into it a little bit more. But I remember I do get notifications for things. I think I must have joined some sort of book club meetup chat or something from the Harrisburg area because I get emails from them all the time about their, dinner meetings and their lunch meetings and stuff like that. So definitely check that out to see if there's anything in your area. Definitely look for things on Facebook of your area. Like I know because I was in more of the Lewisburg area, there was a plant mom group, and like through the summer they would get together on Saturdays and literally trade plant babies. Like it was like if you're a plant mom, you know what I'm talking about. They would do these plant baby trades where you could bring all your plant babies, and that's actually how I learned to water propagate. So you could bring your little plant babies and like do baby trades and then get to know people. So and then I know there's like mom groups. I know in Selinsgrove, because my kids go to school there, I'm in a bunch of mom groups. Now they don't get together, but that doesn't mean I can't pop in there and go like, hey, like I need some mom friends. Let's go for coffee or let's go for wine or something like that. So it's always good to really try to connect with other humans that are like you. Like I love my plants. If you know me, I'm growing orchid babies back here. Like I love my plants and I'm a mom of school-aged children. So there's that. But I'm gonna kick it over to Ange because this is 100% her wheelhouse and it's not really mine. But she did an amazing job on her networking in her new area, and she's got lots of tips and tricks for you. So there you go, baby girl. Thank you for streaming that call, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I was still on stream and they went a little bit over and I'm like having major anxiety. If you know me at all, you know that like drives me crazy not to be on time for something. So I don't even know what you said so far, Jennifer, because I had you muted. So
So I was
I'm
trying to get that would explain why you never hit record. That's fine. I just covered like getting into Facebook groups, but I wanted you to talk more about your networking groups that you started to get involved with up here and then switch down there and what that's done for your business and what can it do for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, there are networking groups, believe it or not, even in little old PA. And one of them being is what's called B as in boy, N as in networking, and I. Okay, BNI. It's an international group. Now, with this group, there are different chapters all over So I know that there was one in Montandon. I know there was one in Danville. I know there was one in Williamsport. I know there was one in Lock Haven. They're all over. Okay. And the thing with these groups is it's a bunch of business people who get together and they meet once a week and you get to talk about your business and you give like this little elevator speech about your business and who the perfect referral would be for you. Okay. And that's really important because when you are in these groups, people are actually now tagging you in Facebook posts. They're reaching out to their friends, all this stuff. And when we had our event this past Wednesday, thanks so much to Jennifer for flying down for less than 24 hours. But it was huge because we had, and I don't know if she mentioned this, but we had 9 non-drivers there. 9.
I thought it was 12, but okay. Still,
Okay. No.
fantastic number.
Yeah.
Even JT,
There was
funny
not-
story. Let me interrupt. So even JT, like the next day like picked him up at school. He's like, Mom, how'd Angie's event go? And I'm like, really good, babe. Like, I think she had like 12 non-thrivers there. And he's like, what? Like, he was like, that's incredible. He's like, how long has it been since we have 12? I mean, this is my 14-year-old kid saying that stuff, but he knows. Like, that was like unbelievable. He's like, that's amazing. That's awesome. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And a lot of them were people, honestly, who live in my new development that I got to know through a Facebook group. Okay. Did not know them, got to know them from a Facebook group. And then went and met them, right? Like just got together, chatted a little bit, and then I invited them. The other ones were people who were in this GBN that just came to support us, not thinking that they would ever like want to thrive, right? But Jennifer was packing up samples, and as she's packing up samples, these people, some of them are walking up to her and saying, hey, before you put that away, could I get a sample from, to try? And so that speaks a lot. Okay. And because so many people, you just give them a sample, they're like, oh yeah, thanks, hey. But when they're literally coming up and asking for one, totally different. So how can you do this in your area? So there's a couple different options. You can join BNI, and you can go and look them up. I think it's bni.com. I'm not sure. Look up BNI International or something. But in this group, you can only have one person from each profession. So think about that. So you can only have one banker that does personal loans. You can only have one electrician, one roofer. You see what I'm saying? One person in health and wellness. And I will tell you, in Pennsylvania, Juice Plus is in a lot of these BNIs. Okay, just saying. Juice Plus is in a lot of them, because when I was looking at them up in Pennsylvania, you have to go to one that there's not somebody else already in health and nutrition. So you want to look at what chapters are available to you. Okay. Now, BNI does charge you an annual fee. Do you make your fee back? Yes, you will, because you're going to get those referrals. Okay. But there is an annual fee. But one of the things, they have a BNI down here, and then they have what's called GBN, Great Business Networking. And currently right now it's only in South Carolina, but he is extending into 5 other states, and he would love to extend into Pennsylvania. The cost of this group is a quarter of the cost of BNI. So I thought that was, I mean, it's very, very affordable. I think it was like $250. So for an entire year. And guys, and don't squawk at that amount, please, because if you think about as your GBN grows and all of the referrals that you get, it's well worth it. Right now, our GBN down here is the biggest GBN in Myrtle Beach area. And there is, I think, 40 people in it. And here's the other key here. I am the only network marketer. Okay. Not even just in health and wellness. I am the only network marketer. So Mary Kay can't come in to this group. Pampered Chef can't come into this group. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I've basically just taken and cornered that market. All right. So if the GBN is something that you are thinking that you want to start, I can definitely get you in connection with Todd, who's the executive director of it. But what you do is you give a 1-minute speech. Everybody gives a 1-minute speech around. Then you have a spotlight presentation each week. So one person in your group would give a 10-minute presentation about their company, their products, whatever it is. You have to attend. Okay, they're weekly meetings. I go every Thursday at 7:30 till 9. Okay. But if you start them, you get to choose when the meetings are, just saying. You get to grow your chapter, and there's so many other perks to it. But you really need to get into these Facebook groups. And I know Jen has fought me on this. She's like, I'm just not a group person. But she's becoming a group person now. Okay. Because what's the biggest thing here is about the relationship. Okay. And I really loved GBN's philosophy, their philosophy, and they put it right on their thing. It says, friends first, business second. Okay. So you become friends with these people, and then you do business. Jen, I'm not really a human person. True. But guys, this is what's feeding our Jason and I's business right now. This is what's feeding it. Okay. You have to take the time to go have coffee with somebody. You've got to take the time. I don't drink coffee, or decaf. But you have to, or a glass of wine or whatever. Like, you have to get out and go meet people and actually get to know them. And Jason had a higher PPA than Jennifer last month. And it's going to be even higher this month, because when those people who all got trials and samples start, the PPA is just going to go up. Okay. I think right now, when I just looked in Jason's back office, I think we have 30 free accounts in 30 days. And yesterday, Jason and I, like, this is how stinking easy this is, guys. Yesterday, Jason and I were like, what are we going to do in the afternoon? And then we decided that we were going to go to this wine therapy, it's called, because I know the owner. She's from Pennsylvania, and I know she wanted a 3-day sample. So I literally went up there. I gave her the 3-day sample, got her information, that stuff. Well, the lady who's sitting beside us there hears us talking, and she starts asking about what's on your hand. I need something for menopause, right? Do you have anything for menopause? Well, do we have anything for menopause? Let me tell you, I zipped my lips and I looked at my husband and I said, you know what? I could tell you everything you need to know about it, but I think you need to hear it from my husband's perspective. And I excused myself and I went to the bathroom. And when I come out, she says, I need your information, like, today. And her husband was sitting there too. So there's 2 more free accounts. Okay. It's merely by just talking. But if you're not willing to talk, are you really going to grow? I could do everything I wanted to do on social media, but you literally have to meet in person. Okay. And let's just back it up. If you were interested in somebody's product, would you rather just buy it from somebody that you know online, or that you know online? Or would you like to get to know them, like them, trust them before you give them your money? I guarantee it's the second. Okay, this is your hard-earned money, right? So you need to set up those appointments and you need to go talk. And just an FYI, if anybody wants to come to Myrtle Beach, we're looking at doing these on a monthly basis. Monthly. Okay, why? Because now we're going to start building, because the people who were there that are now going to become thrivers are going to want their friends to join them so that they can get their product for free, and it grows and it grows and it grows. I think the worst thing we ever did was stop with, like, when COVID happened, we just stopped doing in-person events. Okay, so you got to get back to doing in-person events and gaining that momentum again. And Christy McKee, I know you want to do one of these up there in Williamsport, so you got to get with Jen, and you guys got to get this together, because I guarantee you, you have enough people in the Williamsport area and surrounding area that would pull people to get them to your event. Okay, and it doesn't need to be fancy. You know what this literally cost Jason and I out of pocket the other night for the entire thing? For just appetizers there, cost us $100. That's nothing if 9 people orders. Okay, that is nothing. So start getting them set up. Don't wait. Just start doing it. And then there's also a marketing strategy here. You got to set up an event. You got to send it out. Don't just send it out once to somebody, because they're going to see it or not, because we all know how Facebook is, right? They might not see it. So you got to send it personally to them. I was literally sending people information personally at least 3 times each person, just to say, hey, let's get you signed up. Let's get you RSVP'd. Right? There were posts going up. You are in marketing. You are selling a product. Nike doesn't care how many times they market to you. They're going to continue marketing. So don't you care how many times you're going to be posting in there about different things or reaching out to people. Okay? Guys, get your in-person events scheduled. Don't wait. All right? If you want these bonuses, you don't have time to wait. You got to get people in the room. And one of the things that I said, and this is a great little line, so pay attention, take notes. One of the things I said to people was, look, I don't care if you buy from me or you don't. I just need to fill a room. So if you could just come and support me, I would really appreciate it. That was huge. Then the pressure's off, right? But now they're asking for samples. Does anybody have any questions? Jen, I'm going to push it back to you.
All right, guys, I think we've kind of forgotten, I think since pandemic, we've kind of forgotten how powerful it is, that face-to-face, belly-to-belly conversation, and how powerful it is. Did I just say that twice? It's like my brain is mush. But anyway, yes, events are definitely, there's definitely a trend going back all over the industry, not just in Lavelle. I mean, with the Eric Worre Mastermind that he's preaching events constantly, people are doing this more and more. So I highly recommend you try to get something on the schedule. You know, I'm happy to help as I can at this time in my life, but definitely get together with somebody that you guys can do it together. It will change your business. And I think I told, it must have been because Ange had some promoters from another team come, and she had asked, I forget what question she had asked me. I don't know. I think it had to do something about how did we get to 200K so fast. And I said, it was live events just like this, because we both hit 80K, and the mentor I had at the time, I'm like, what are we missing? Like, what's going to get us to the next level? And she goes, you got to start traveling. You got to do live events for your team. And that's how Ange and I did it. That's how we got from 80 to 200. So I highly recommend even if it's just the living room local, will you get your customers to invite 2 friends and just go to their house? I mean, that's how we started. We didn't do, big hotel events until later. We started with just your customers that could bring 2 friends, and you stood up and told your story. So I highly recommend you guys think about this and get it on the schedule. So that's what I got. Is anybody doing the work with me at 11? Is Joellen? Joellen, are you doing that?
Yep, I can do it.
Okay. All right. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna stop the recording. Does anybody have any questions?